Hello viewer, I am Ghanshyam and welcome all of you to the Elite Neuron. Today in this lectures we are going to discuss about the Thevenin's theorem, and next lectures we are going to see the Norton theorem. So previously we have already discussed about the superposition theorem, and after that we have already completed some numerical related to the superposition theorem. So those theorem are very important to our network theory classes, and it is asking very much in our university exam, and also it is important to the GATE examination, RRB, JEE, SSC, JEE and all. Okay, so before starting our video lecture, I want to tell you that if you like the video, please share to your friend and also subscribe to this channel so that you will get immediate notification whenever I will upload a new video. Okay, so let's get started our theorem. So this is our Thevenin's theorem. So first we need to know about the definition of Thevenin's theorem. So the definition is saying that in any linear bidirectional circuit having more number of active and passive element, it can be replaced by single equivalent circuit consisting of a equivalent voltage source, that is VTH, series with the equivalent resistance RTH. So see, I have already told you by the beginning of this network theory lecture the linear element, bidirectional element, active and passive element, all those things I have already discussed you. So let me remember all those things you. So what is active element? First see, the active element which can deliver the energy, okay, or which can store the energy, or passive element which can dissipate the energy, okay, dissipate the energy. So which element are active element and which element are passive element? See, there are three elements: resistance, inductance and capacitance. So the inductance and capacitance are two active element, and here resistance is passive element, because passive element can dissipate energy. Here I square R can be lost in the form of power or heat. So this resistance is dissipate energy, that's why it is called as passive energy, and active energy, that means it can be deliver energy. So inductance and capacitance are the passive energy. Okay, it is clear to you? Now see, so that circuit can be consisting of a more number of active and passive element with linear bidirectional. So I have already told you what is the linear and bidirectional. So those element can be connected in the bunch amount of a complex in nature. So we need to first replace by using the voltage source. So replace all the voltage source, current source to a single voltage source, that is VTH, and series with equivalent resistance. So we need to convert all the resistance, inductance and whatever the present in this network. So first we need to convert the equivalent resistance, and that equivalent resistance can be connected series with the voltage source. So see, this is a figure like this. The voltage resistance, that is Thevenin's voltage, so that is equivalent voltage, and the equivalent resistance, that is Thevenin's resistance RTH. Okay, so those two element, that is voltage and the resistance, can be connected in series manner, and the load will be connected like this. Okay, this is the load resistance RL. Okay, so see, this is the figure of Thevenin's theorem. So this is the linear bidirectional element with the active and passive element interconnected with each other, and this is A and B point where we can connect the load. Okay, so this load can be linear or linear or non-linear load. Okay, so first see, this is the DC of voltage source, and this is the AC of voltage source. So in case of DC, see here, VTH is equal to VOC upon circuit voltage and Thevenin's resistance. They are connected in series manner with A and point B. So here we can able to connect the load, and here it is like that. It is ZTH because of the AC circuit we are taking. Okay, so why ZTH? Because of the resistance, inductance and capacitance, three elements are connected to each other. Okay. So now see, we have discussed the theory part of the Thevenin's theorem. So it is clear to you. So if it is not clear to you, then ask me in the comment section. So now come to the question. Okay, So here see, there is a 20 ampere with the 10 ohm resistance and 9 ohm resistance is connected in parallel, and here in between these two pi element there is a 3 ohm resistance and 6 ohm resistance, and this parallel connection of 10 volt with series 2 ohm resistance. Okay, so it is asking about to finding the current in the 2 ohm resistance by using the Thevenin's theorem. So see, by using here the Thevenin's theorem, we need to calculate the current across here in this 2 ohm resistance. So first we are taking the case 1. So in the case 1 we are calculating voltage, that is Thevenin's voltage across this point. This point means this resistance. Okay, so first disconnect the load resistance. So this is our load resistance 2 ohm, and find open circuited voltage across the load terminal. So this is load terminal, 2 ohm resistance is there in the load. So first we need to disconnect this 2 ohm resistance, then calculate the Thevenin's voltage. So we can disconnect here, and this is the we are taking point A and this is another point B. Okay, and we are indicating here VTH, that is Thevenin's voltage. So see, this is 20 ampere is current flowing like this, and this is open circuited now. So if open circuited, there is no current will be flowing, so this 20 ampere current will be flowing like this fashion and this manner. Okay, so there is no current will be flowing. So here these 3 ohm and 6 ohm are in series manner now. Okay, so 3 plus 6 is what, 9 ohm, and there is also 9 ohm. So 20 ampere current will be divided into this element and this element. So there is 9 ohm and there is 9 ohm. So this is equally shared the current. So here 10 ampere and here also 10 ampere. Okay, so if 10 ampere is there flowing, then by using the KVL analysis we can able to calculate the Thevenin's voltage. Okay, so see, whatever I have discussed here, this 10 ampere, it is mentioned here. Okay, so see, 3 ohm 6 ohm are series, due to which 20 ampere current is equally divided in both the branches. Okay, and voltage across 6 ohm resistance will be V is equal to, here we have know by using the Ohm's law, that is 10 into 6, that is 60 volt. And now apply the KVL here. Apply the KVL here. So there is 60 volt in this resistance and there is 10 ohm. So minus 60 because of the sign indication. Okay, minus 60 plus 10 ampere at 10 volt plus VTH. So equating that is equal to 0. So after equating this, we will get VTH is equal to 50 volt. Okay, that is the Thevenin's voltage. So first case is completed. Now what we need to calculate? Thevenin's resistance. After that we are conclude with this diagram. Okay, so now see, this is the case 2 to find the Thevenin's resistance. So here what we are doing, see, first deactivate all the impedance sources and find equivalent resistance with respect to terminal, load terminal. So here whatever the sources, whatever the independent sources is there, so that independent sources can be neglected by open circuited or short circuited. That means if there is a current source in this network, then current source can be open circuited. If there is a voltage source, then voltage source can be short circuited. So here only current sources is there, that is 20 ampere. So first we need to cancel this 20 ampere, that means open circuited that 20 ampere. So after open circuited, there is no current will be flowing. So this current will be flowing like this and like this. So here 3 ohm and 9 ohm are in series fashion. So if those both are series fashion, then they are added to each other. So 9 plus 3, that is 12. Okay, so 12 and 6 ohm are in parallel connection. So take 12 and 6 ohm are in parallel, then you will get Thevenin's resistance is equal to 4 ohm. So after getting Thevenin's resistance, it is very easy to calculate the current across the 2 ohm resistance, that is current across the load. Okay, so first we are taking this figure, the equivalent figure, that is VTH, that is Thevenin's voltage 50 volt. We have already calculated in the case number 1. In the case number 2, we got the Thevenin's resistance, that is 4 ohm, and load resistance that is given in the question, that is 2 ohm. So that is current is equal to open circuited voltage, that is Thevenin's voltage, divided by Thevenin's resistance plus load resistance, that is total resistance. Okay, this is the total resistance. So we are taking Thevenin's resistance and the load resistance. So open circuited voltage is our Thevenin's voltage, that is 50 volt, divided by Thevenin's resistance is 4 ohm and the load resistance is 2 ohm. So after calculating this, we will get 50 divided by 6 is our total number of current flowing across the 2 ohm resistance, that is across the load. Okay, this is our solution. So it is asking that to find the current across this 2 ohm resistance. Okay, so we got this 2 ohm resistance across the current. Okay, so this is the I is equal to 50 divided 6. Now come to the another question. See, the question is saying that a battery charger circulate a current of 5 ampere. So this is, there is a battery charger and it circulate a 5 ampere current with it is connected to a load resistance. So there is load resistance is also given, that is 1 ohm, and source battery charger is connected for charging for ideal 2 volt. So it is the maximum volt, that is 2 volt is given, and battery at a 7 ampere rate. Okay, 7 ampere rate is also given, and find the VTH and RTH. So it is asking about the Thevenin's voltage and Thevenin's resistance. So first we need to connect it like this fashion. In the case number 1, see, this is the Thevenin's voltage, Thevenin's resistance with the load resistance. So load resistance is already given here in the question, that is load resistance is equal to 1 ohm, and the load current that is also given 5 ampere, that is circulating current 5 ampere is also given. So by using the first case, that is 5 ampere with the 1 load resistance. So here we can able to calculate the Thevenin's resistance and Thevenin's voltage. So first take the current equation, that is total current flowing across, that is load current is equal to Thevenin's voltage divided by Thevenin's resistance plus load resistance. So load resistance is given 1 ohm, so put here 1 ohm, and Thevenin's resistance, Thevenin's voltage is not given. It is asking, it is questioning to us that to find the Thevenin's voltage and Thevenin's resistance. Okay, so we are taking the Thevenin's resistance is our right hand side, and multiply the 5 with the RTH and 5 with the 1, then we will get this equation number 1. And in the case number 2, there is another thing is given, that is 7 ampere current will be flowing here, and in case of the load there is a charging of 2 volt battery is given. So this is the 2 volt battery and the 7 ampere charging rate current is there, and by using this we can able to find another equation, and by solving this equation 1 and another this equation, then we can able to find the Thevenin's voltage and Thevenin's resistance. Okay, so let's see, here also we put we are not putting this equation, this Thevenin's current equation. Okay, so we are putting only the KVL equation here. So by applying the KVL equation, 7 ampere is equal to VTH minus 2 divided by RTH. So that is 7 is equal to VTH minus 2 divided by RTH. Okay, so 7 into RTH, that is equal to VTH minus 2, and 7 RTH is equal to VTH is equal to what? This put equation number 2, equation number 1 is put here, then we will get 5 RTH plus 5 minus 2. Okay, so after cancelling this 7 RTH minus 5 RTH, then you will get 2 RTH. 7 minus 5 is 2, and there is 5, so we are transforming this to right hand side, then 5 minus 2 is 3. Okay, so 5 minus 2 is 3, and there is 3, and RTH is equal to 3 divided by 2. We are transforming 2 into denominator side of the right hand side. Okay, so we got RTH value. So first here RTH value is got here, and we need to calculate now VTH, that is Thevenin's voltage. So see, in this equation number 1 there is a VTH equal to 5 RTH plus 5. So RTH value is not given here. So we calculate here RTH value, that is 3 divided by 2. Now put here in this equation 3 divided by 2 into 5 plus 5 is equal to VTH. So after calculating this equation only we can able to find the VTH, that is VTH is equal to 25 divided by 2. Okay, it is clear to you? So all those things we will get here. Okay, so it is clear to you? If it is not clear to you, then ask me on the comment section, I will clarify your doubt. Now come to the another question. There is a dependent voltage sources that is given. Okay, voltage sources with the current control, because of the 3I is given, and this is the 6 ohm resistance with the 4 ohm resistance connected in parallel with that dependent sources. And here the point A and B, and it is asking about to finding the voltage, Thevenin's voltage and Thevenin's resistance with respect to the point A and B. So first see here dependent sources is there, so we cannot able to cancel, that means we cannot able to open circuit or short circuit the dependent sources. If there is a independent sources, then we can able to short circuit or open circuit based upon the there is sources. Okay, so see here in the above network VTH is equal to 0, that is Thevenin's voltage is equal to 0, since no independent sources is present in the above network. So this is dependent sources, so there is a no independent sources network in this network, so that's why you cannot able to find the VTH. So VTH is equal to 0. It is clear to you? And we can able to find the RTH. So see in the above network, to find RTH, dependent sources is replaced by the neither open circuited nor short circuited, and it remains same as it is original. Okay, so to calculate the RTH, that is Thevenin's resistance, we have to assume any current sources or voltage sources of any value. So in the point A and B we are taking 1 ampere current will be flowing there. Okay, so there is a 1 ampere current flowing across point A and B. So by applying the KCL equation only here, we can able to find the voltage across this, that is voltage across this point. Okay, so if we take this is the another node, this is another node, so take this node as our reference. So VB, this is the node, so potential across this node is equal to 0, and potential across this node we need to calculate first, then only we can able to find the Thevenin's resistance. So VA minus 3I divided by 6 plus VA divided by 4 is equal to 1 ampere current. Okay, and I is equal to minus 1 ampere. How? Because this current is flowing like this and our current will be flowing like this. Our current will be flowing like anti-clockwise direction, and here initial current will be flowing like clockwise direction. So it is I is equal to minus 1 ampere. And after taking this equation here, taking I is equal to minus 1 ampere in this equation, that is 3 into I. So 3 into minus I is minus plus BA plus 3 divided by 6 and plus BA divided by 3. Okay, that is equal to BA divided by 4, that is equal to 1. Okay, so now we are transforming, dividing this BA divided by 6 plus 3 divided by 6, that is 1 divided by 2, and BA divided by 4 is equal to 1. Okay, and taking this equation to right hand side, that is 1 minus 1 divided by 2, that is 1 minus half is equal to half, and we are taking common VA, that is VA divided by 6 and VA divided by 4. So it is 10 divided by 24, that is equal to 1 divided by 2, and VA is equal to 1.2 volt. So we got the value of VA. So after getting the value of VA, we need to calculate the voltage across this point. Okay, so voltage across this point is what? VAB. So VA minus VB, that is VAB. So VB is equal to 0 here. Already we are taking the reference, that's why VB is equal to 0. So there is only VA, and this VA is this voltage. So VAB is equal to 1.2 voltage. Okay, so RTH, it is very easy to calculate now, because by using the Thevenin's, by using the which formula, that is Ohm's law, R is equal to B divided by I. So voltage is what? Voltage we got here 1.2 volt, and current is what? Current is what? 1 ampere. So resistance is what? 1 divided by 1.2 divided by 1, that is 1.2 ampere. Okay, so the Thevenin's resistance can be 1.2 ampere, but Thevenin's voltage cannot be calculated here because of the dependent voltage sources is there. Okay, see, this is the most important point you need to know, then only you can able to find the dependent sources, Thevenin's voltage and Thevenin's current or Thevenin's resistance. Okay, so to calculating the RTH, any voltage sources or any current sources can be assumed, okay, of any value. We can take 2 ampere, we can take 3 ampere, any value we can able to take, and any direction of the current. So we are taking this direction, but we can also taking this direction only, na. So depending upon the direction, the sign can also be changed, and the source resistance RTH value will be always same. So this RTH value always same, whether the current direction is there, whether the current direction is there, that is not matter. Okay, it will have no effect of any other different sources. If resistance are connected in parallel, then to make calculation easy, we should assume current sources for resistance connected in parallel. We should assume voltage source in series. Okay, so here we are taking the parallel as our current sources. If there is a voltage source, then take series manner. Okay, it is clear to you. Now come to the another question. There is also another dependent sources. So this is also 3 I is there. Okay, so this is current control voltage sources. Okay, now see, it is also asking about finding the RTH. Why it is not asking to finding about the VTH? Because we have already know in the previous case that VTH cannot be calculated here because of the dependent sources is there. Okay, so we need to calculate RTH only, or we can able to calculate RTH only. Okay, so see here at the point of A and B, we can calculate the RTH value. So in the previous question, that is in this question we are taking the ampere, that is current, but in this question we are taking the voltage, that is 1 volt. Okay, and the direction of current is like this, in this direction. Okay, so first apply KVL here. So Vi minus 3I, that is V1 minus 3I, and we are taking this voltage is 0, and this voltage we are taking as our direction. Okay, because of the nodal analysis, please remember that nodal analysis whatever I have said to you. Okay, so Vi minus 3I divided by 6 plus Vi divided by 4 plus Vi minus 1 divided by 1, because of the Vi here and the 1 volt here, and 1 current will be flowing like this, so 1 is equal to 0. So here there is Vi and I, so there is 2 unknown sources. So taking I in the left hand side and V in the right hand side, then we can able to find I is equal to Vi minus 1. Okay, now this value can be, the value of I can be putted here, then see, that is Vi minus 3, Vi minus 1 divided by 6 plus Vi divided by 4 plus Vi minus 1 divided by 1, that is equal to 0. Okay, now this can be multiplied in the both the V1 and 1, both the V1 and 1, the 3 can be multiplied. After multiplying this, the equation can be shown like this. Okay, now come to the next slide. So after taking the common, then we will get this equation, and taking the LCM and here multiplying the 4, then we will get this term, and after taking all the term V1 into this side, then we will get V1 value is 6 divided by 11. Okay, so V1 value is will get, that is 6 divided by 11, and I is equal to V1 minus 1. So V1 will get here, that is 6 divided by 11 minus 1, so I is equal to minus 5 divided by 11. Okay, So here this current, initial current will be flowing like this and our current will be flowing like this. So the current will be minus in sign. So here minus sign and here minus sign. So both are cancelled to each other. So Is source current is equal to 5 divided by 11, and the Thevenin's resistance is equal to VAB divided by Is. So VAB is 1 volt we are taking initially, and Is is we will get here, that is 5 divided by 11. So 11 divided by 5 is equal to 2.2. okay, it is clear to you? Okay, now come to the another question. It is also asking about to finding the VTH, okay, and the RTH with respect to A and B. So there is a dependent sources and another one is independent sources there. So how to find the VTH and RTH? Let's see. So to find the voltage source or Thevenin's voltage VTH, so see this VAB, AB, okay, this is our VTH, Thevenin's voltage. So this Thevenin's voltage is here VAB, that means 3 VTH. So 3 VAB is equal to 3 VTH. It is okay. Now see, this is another node, this is another node, this is another node. So this node is taken as a reference. So voltage across this node is equal to 0 and voltage across this node not 0, voltage across this node is not 0. So here 3 VAB is equal to 3 VTH because of VTH to find across VAB and H, VAB is equal to VTH. Okay, now super node will be apply here because of there more than one node with the dependent independent sources is there. That's why we are applying the super node concept. So Vi minus 5 divided by 2k, okay, that is 2k, that means 2 into 10 to the power 3, and Vi divided by 2k, that is 2 into 10 to the power 3, and V2 divided by this, that is V2 divided by 1 into 10 to the power 3, that is equal to 0. okay, so after here see the unknown quantity are V1 and V2, so and VTH also the unknown quantity. Okay, so after here the unknown quantity is V1 and V2, and this equation can also be written 3VAB is equal to VTH, and VAB 3VAB is equal to V1 minus V2. So V1 minus V2 is equal to 3VTH. That is equation number 2, and this is equation number 1. Okay, and V2, see here V2, this V2 voltage is same as this VTH voltage. So V2 is equal to VTH. So in the equation number 2, put the value of V2 here, then you can able to find the V1, that is V1 minus VTH is equal to 3 VTH. So after taking the VTH into this side, then you can able to find V1. So by now taking this equation number 1, that is V1 minus 5 divided 2 into 10 to the power 3 plus V1 divided by 2 into 10 to the power 3 plus V2 divided by 1 into 10 to the power 3 is equal to 0, and V1 is equal to 4 VTH, and minus 5 is same and all other things are same, and V1 is equal to 4 VTH, V2 is equal to VTH. So here VTH is the only one unknown quantity and all other things are known quantities. So it is very easy to find the VTH, that is Thevenin's voltage. Okay, so the Thevenin's voltage is what? 0.5 volt. Okay, so this is our first solution of the Thevenin's voltage. Now come to the Thevenin's resistance. Now see, the Thevenin's, this voltage sources cannot be removed because of the it is the independent sources, and the independent sources can be removed. So voltage sources here removed, that is something voltage is given here 5 volt, so that 5 voltage is removed here, and 2k are in parallel connection, that's why 1k is there. Okay, and now here we can apply the KVL equation. So after applying the KVL equation, that is VA plus this voltage divided by this resistance, and VA divided by this resistance is equal to 1 ampere, because see this is our dependent sources na. So I have already told you in the previous I think question number 2, that is we are taking here any value of current or any value of voltage, we can able to find the Thevenin's resistance. So we are taking here 1 ampere current. So take 1 ampere current and after calculating there is a VA is unknown and VAB is also unknown. So VAB is equal to VA minus VB, and here VB is equal to 0 because of the reference taking here, and the VAB is equal to VA. So it is very easy. So VA plus 3VA plus VA plus here is also VA. So after calculating we will get VA is equal to 100 watt, that is VAB. So RTH it can be easily now found, that is RTH is equal to VAB divided by IS. So VAB is equal to 200 volt divided by I, we are taking I is equal to 1 ampere. So after putting the 1 ampere in this equation RTH, we can able to find that RTH is equal to 200 ohm. So this is our solution. So for today that's it. If you are like the video, please share to your friend and also subscribe to this channel and also like this channel. Okay, and for today that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.